Good morning, everyone. I'm going to attempt to make some cashew cheese, which I've never made before. So I'm hoping it'll come out okay. I'm going to do the best I can, and I hope and bear with me. Good morning, and bear with me because like I said, I've never made this before. I found a few recipes, but one I like that's real simple, only has a few ingredients, and I've got everything out. So I'm going to attempt to make it. First of all, it's supposed to be 2 1/4 cups of cashews. I think I used 2 1/2, but that doesn't matter. It's a little bit more than what they call for. And you have to soak them overnight. Okay, you can write it down. It's a simple recipe. If the simpler, the better. It's what it is. And I've got to take these, and I'm going to have to mix these all up first before I can put any of the ingredients in here. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to pulse it first. Get it broken up. I'm going to stop this so I can scrape it down the sides. So I have to get everything off the sides. Thank you for inviting your followers. Good morning, Mama Rosa. I'm making cashew cheese this morning. I'm attempting to anyway. It's a very simple recipe. And I did soak the cashews overnight. Good morning to everybody coming in. And thank you for inviting your followers. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just getting it all mixed together first. So I did not add any liquid or anything to it right now. They were soaked, so that's why they're sticking together. And it's pretty much, now I got to start adding the ingredients that it calls for. And I found this on the internet and I wrote it down. Yes, it is. Now, it calls for 1 tablespoon canola oil or olive oil. Well, canola oil is not good for you, but you do have olive oil, and it is organic. 1 tablespoon. Okay. And this, you can see, this is organic, extra virgin olive oil. It might be upside down to you, I don't know. But I'm going to use this one because I've had that, and I need to use it. And it calls for 1 tablespoon, so I'll put this in here. Because I don't think canola oil should be used by anybody, because canola oil is not a very good. Good morning, Yvette. Good morning. It's something we should not be using at all. And then it says a half tablespoon of fresh orange juice or lemon juice. I don't have orange juice, so I'm going to use some lemon juice that I bought. Oh, you saw avocado oil at yes, I did too. I saw some too. I didn't buy any of it though. I was wondering about it, but I did see it there. Oh. Bear with me, this is not opened up. So I'm hoping I can figure out how to open this up and get this out. Well, I broke the thing off now. Okay, well, maybe it'll squeeze out. Maybe it'll come out anyway. I don't know, maybe it's one of these kind that squeezes out anyway. No, I guess it doesn't. I don't know how to get the thing off. It calls for lemon juice, but I don't know how I'm going to get the thing off. I should have done this before in the beginning. It's something I've never had before to try to get it open. Yeah. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Isn't that funny? This lid won't come off, so I can get the thing out from underneath. Oh, you poke a hole in the top. Oh, thank you for telling me. What would I do without my followers? What would I do without you guys? Thank you for telling me. Thank you so much. That makes sense. Duh, I should have known that, but thank you so much for helping me. I would have been struggling with this all day to try to get this thing off. It would have never worked. But you guys are so loving and kind to help me like this. Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other. You know, that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other. There it goes. Okay, that worked. Okay. And it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Well, I don't like using regular salt. So what I did is I just ground some salt out into my bowl here. And it's sea salt. I don't like regular salt, so I use the sea salt. I think that's better. Either that or Himalayan. I have never used salt for a long time, so I think that's better for you. And now it calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of agave nectar, which is optional. But I think if I use the agave nectar, it's going to get a better flavor. 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm going to use my agave nectar, and then I'm going to mix it again. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to mix it again. I'm going to run the spatula down the sides of it to make sure that it's not clumping up. Since we can't eat cheese, this is the best way to go. And like I said, this is something I've never tried before, so I'm hoping that it'll come out okay. I mean, I'm learning along with everybody else that's never made it before. And those that have, well... You don't need it exactly. Somebody asked about it being yellow. I don't think you really need it yellow. As long as it's vegan cheese, it's not supposed to taste like regular cheese. We should not be eating regular cheese. And anybody that's still eating regular cheese, do not eat it. It's not good for you. Even some of your vegan cheeses, you got to be careful what they have in them. I found mine had carrageenan in it, which I found out is a very bad ingredient. So I can't even eat it anymore. Hi, welcome. Good to see you. So I can't even eat it anymore. So that's why I'm making my own cashew cheese. That's right. That's wrong. And it's got everything in it that you should have. It's got olive oil in it. It's got lemon juice in it. And I've got sea salt in it. It's vegan. It doesn't have anything in it that's going to harm me. Whoops. Did I get this? Oh, I didn't get this. much the consistency. Somebody had asked about the ingredients that I'm using. Okay, I'll tell you what I used and I'll show you. First of all, I used 2 1/4. Well, I used 2.5 cups of cashews, and it's called 2 1/4. So it says a tablespoon of canola oil or olive oil. This is the olive oil that I use. It's organic olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. They called for orange juice or lemon juice. Well, I have lemon juice, so I used that. And I used salt. It said a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I didn't use any regular salt. I used sea salt, which I think is better for you. And then I used some agave nectar. Well, it probably would be. That's what it called for. I should have just used maybe 2 cups, but you do have to soak them overnight. And I did do that. You soak them overnight. And like I said, this is something I've never made before, so I'm learning along with everybody else exactly what to do. Sorry about that. It sticks to the counter. As you can see, looking in here, the consistency that it is. And I've got to get this blade off. And this is not the, there it is. Now it'll come off. I push that through the bottom. This comes right off. Because we don't want it coming through the bottom of any food. But I'm going to put this in. It's supposed to be in an airtight container. And I haven't tasted it yet, but I might do that to taste it to see what it's like. But I'll get in there so I can get in there. Here's an airtight container, and I'll just use this. What do I put it on? I'm gonna get a, I think this will work. As you can see what this cheese looks like, looks very good. It has to be in an airtight container in the refrigerator. You don't want, and this is gonna be real creamy. Real creamy. And that's what you want. Like I said, I've never made it before. What would I put it on? Well, you could probably put it on toast. You could put it on anything, I imagine. You could probably put it on anything that you wanted. You know, slice of bread. You could make a, you know, a burger, a veggie burger or something, and you could put that on top of it. I imagine you could do that. Like a spoon. You could probably put put it on a veggie burger. Maybe you could probably even put it on top of a salad if you wanted to. I think you could just put it on anything that you really wanted to. And I'll probably have plenty of ideas to put what to put it on when I get around to using it. But you see, it turned out pretty good, you know, and it doesn't have anything in it that's going to harm me. Everything that I put in it, I know what's in it. You know, you buy things in the store like your cheeses and stuff in the store. They're going to have stuff in it that you can't pronounce, and it's got stuff in it you wouldn't put in your body anyway. We don't want to do that. So, very good. And it does not taste like cheese, but then again, it's not supposed to. So, we don't want it. It doesn't. As long as you know, it doesn't have to me. It doesn't have to look like cheese. It doesn't have to be the color cheese. Yes, it is simple for the body. And like I said, you can put it on sandwiches, anything that you want. You know, put it on a salad, maybe. You know, anything you choose to put it on, you could do that. That's what I'm going to do. Put it on a salad. Put it on a sandwich. But this is something we all need to do, to start making our own stuff. That's why I come in here and do this, to encourage other people to do the same thing, to make their own foods. You know, maybe this recipe is a little bit different than what other ones have done, but it was a simple recipe, and I figure the simple the better. It's easier that way. Make it simple, and that way I won't have to, you know, it won't be so hard to make. I just found it on Google, and I went and printed it out, and just follow it. Oh, it was absolutely delicious. I used some on my toast yesterday. In fact, I've got it sitting out here. I can show you, because it doesn't get rancid anyway. And I can show you what the peanut butter looks like. Just a minute here. Let me get this finished out. So this is really going to fill this container up. So I guess it did pretty well. This is just the right size container for this cheese. So as you can see, I'll be using cheese quite a bit now too. So we almost went right to the very top. So, but this is something that we can all do. So if you want the recipe, I can message it to anybody, or if you wrote it down as I was doing it, you know. It's actually not bad. We know it's not going to taste real sweet. We don't want it to. But there you go. There's the cheese. There's what it looks like. Fill the thing right up. So we all need to start encouraging each other. That's why I do this. I'm trying to encourage other people to make their own foods. Because once you start, you're not going to want to stop. That's what I'm doing. I'm just finding one thing after another to make, and I keep finding more and more and more. And I want to make some mayonnaise eventually too. I'll have to find a recipe for that. Where did I get my container? This container, Walmart. They have them over in the canning aisle where the canning jars are. That's where I found it, right above the canning jars. This is a ball jar. I like it because the lid is attached and you can lock it. It's an airtight. You're welcome. I got one of these. I got a couple of those, and then I got a few of these. I put my nut butter in that in, or my milk, my almond milk. Well, actually, I use these for the nut butters, and I use this for the almond milk and cashew milk. They're bigger. Oh, they are. They're very nice. They're really nice. I do too, and they're the best because, like I said, they're airtight. You can see it's got a seal here, and nothing can get into it. Oh, God bless you. God bless you too. You're right. That you don't want those store products anymore. Oh, thank you so much. And somebody was asking about the peanut butter. I will show that to you. This is the peanut butter. Somebody wanted to see how it turned out. There it is. I had some for breakfast yesterday morning. So, yeah, you need things airtight because that's what it said. And these are actually very airtight containers. Well, it's because I've been gaining a lot of weight and I knew I needed to do something. And I've seen Stacy come on here and talk, and she's done a lot of health scopes with lunches and things like that, making things. And Philip, the Overcomer, does health nuggets too. And they both inspired me. And you watch Chef Mama Rosa, she does the same thing. We all need to help each other, inspire each other to want to live better and be strong, be healthy. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, good to see you. Here's what my cashew cheese, got it all finished, and this is what it looks like this morning. Well, they're actually not considered nuts, they're called legumes, but they are actually good for us. But, there again, good morning, Dolores. Here's my cashew cheese. I already got it finished this morning and put in the jar, but you can watch the replay as to how I made it. Yes, it is healthy fats. But there again, when it comes to eating those, you eat them in moderation. Don't overdo, you know. And I make milk from it. I make butters, and now I've made the cheese from the cashews. And yes, they're called legumes. That's what Stacy says. They're legumes. So I made this from cashews. There's so many things that you can make from almonds and cashews, and they're all good for you. We just need to start doing things to help our bodies become a little bit stronger for the Lord. And we don't need to live sickly. The thing of it is, this world is sickly. A lot of people are sickly because, you know, I don't know. I haven't tried anything with walnuts yet, so I don't know. I've just used almond and cashews. There may be a thing out there for walnuts. I don't know. I haven't really checked it out. Here, welcome, Lynn. This is my cashew cheese I just finished. I filled this jar completely up. I used 2.5 cups of cashews to start with. Soaked them, and then I added some lemon juice. And I used organic olive oil, and I also used agave nectar plus some sea salt. Oh, I bet, yeah, I suppose they do. Take grapes toasted, yeah. Oh my goodness, walnut cheese. I've never heard of that. I suppose it's probably really good. Well, stuff like this that you make yourself is good for you. I mean, it's going to, you know, when you make it yourself, you're not as tempted to go and buy anything in the store. You see the stuff in the store and you're going to walk past it. You're not going to be tempted to buy it because you can make your own. Just like when I was in Winco the other day, the cashew butter and the almond butter. I said, well, I could make my own. And well, that's the thing I've been overweight my whole life. The way to get healthy is to start making your own foods. Go on Pinterest or go on Google or whatever. Good morning, welcome. And go on Pinterest or Google and find yourself a recipe for cashews or almonds. And I've got some almond butter. I've got peanut butter now. This is my peanut butter. It's very healthy. I put it on toast. Yes, you do save lots of money. The nuts can be expensive to start with, but if you buy enough of them, you don't have to replace them so fast. Yes, they are, just a little bit. Yes, because I only paid, I think, $4.97 a pound for the almonds, and I paid $8 something for the cashews. So they are more expensive, yes, but they are raw. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Some lady in church yesterday when I was greeting told me the same thing. She looked at me and she says, "You're losing weight." And I said, well, thank you. But people can see things that I can't quite see. I mean, I can see the pounds coming off on the scale, but it's hard for me to. I can look down and see, well, maybe I guess I am losing weight a little bit. Thank you. But it takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of wanting to be healthy to keep it up. Once you start, you'll keep going. That's what I'm doing. I keep going. That's what I said. That's what people keep telling my face is clear. And I can't tell it as much, but if everybody's saying that it is, I accept that, because I know I'm doing something right. No, I'm single, I'm divorced, and I cook for myself. When I make things, I make it for myself. So, yeah, you do. And last night, thank you. Last night I slept a lot better. Okay. Thank you for coming in and have a good day. And I slept a lot better last night than I have in a while, especially with that 105-degree temperatures we had. We're not going to get as hot today, but we're going to be in the 90s today. But it's very cool right now. It feels so good. I got the fan blowing on me, and it's very nice. And the air conditioner is nice and cool too. So as long as it stays this way, but I know it won't. But that's why I'm doing this now, because it's a lot cooler now, and I don't have to worry about passing out and getting overheated like I've done in the past, and I don't like that idea at all. That's why I do these. I'm cooking for one. It's somewhat, it's a lot easier to cook for yourself than it is for other people, because for myself, I know what I like, but when you cook for somebody else, they may not like what you like. So then you're fixing one thing for yourself and something else for them, like my daughter. Sure, her and her husband will eat the same thing, but the grandkids won't. Good morning, Erlene. Welcome. Here is my cashew cheese. You'll have to watch the replay to see how I made it, what I used. But she cooks for herself and her husband, but then her boys, they're 11 and soon to be 7, and they don't eat the same things her and her husband do. So she has to fix for that. But the problem of that is, those boys, all they want is maybe like a little Debbie or something for breakfast, and then an hour later they're hungry again. It's they're not eating right. Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I'm gonna have to do that too. It froze on. Oh, I'm sorry, Erlene. It's not freezing on my end. You just have to go out and come back in. He won't eat cheese or lettuce. Well, it's probably an acquired taste to him. He might eventually, don't force him to eat it if he doesn't like it. As my kids were growing up, my husband and I never really had much cheese, simply because he didn't like cheese, and I wasn't going to go buy cheese if I would be the only one to eat it. So I just didn't make anything with cheese recipes at home, because he's never liked cheese. My son doesn't care for cheese that much at all. So, and my daughter, she doesn't eat it either. So when they don't like cheese, and I was the only one that eat it, I just didn't want to do it. Well, now I live alone, I can make this cashew cheese and it not really be cheese at all. I live in Oregon. So it's easier to fix for one person than it is for a whole family sometimes. Because like I said, you got to fix more than one meal. You're supposed to fix one meal, but you have to end up fixing more than one variety, because one person will like one thing and somebody else will like something else, and it makes it very, very hard. I don't like doing that. I would prefer to fix something where everybody sits down at the table and eat it, what you fixed, and not complain about it. Yeah, you're right. The cheese in the store looks like plastic. And yeah, try some nut cheese. He might like it. You never know, because this is cashew cheese. Just try it. This is oh, you mean Xavier asked that? Does he not like it? Oh, but anyway, or your husband or family. But you know, it's, yeah, to them it is mock cheese. They want the real thing, but do they realize what the real thing tastes like? What it's got in it? Oh my goodness! If they if they knew what it had in it, they would not wouldn't want to eat it. You just have to do what you can, River. Just explain to them whether the real stuff is not good for you. If you fix something like this, they're probably going to complain about it. Oh yes, it can. It does. I know, Yvette. It does make me sick. It doesn't look good. You know, it makes me wonder. Are they actually putting yellow coloring on it to make it yellow? Because I'm not sure that it's actual the color anyway. I think they add something to it to make it look yellow. Where did I find the recipe? I went on Google and I found it. And anybody that wants it, just message me in Facebook Messenger and I'll give you the recipe. Oh, you have to make 2 different meals. Oh, that makes it rough. Oh, thank you. Oh, it does. This is what it looks like, the cashew cheese. It filled this jar completely up. I used supposed to be 2 1/4 cups of cashews. I misread it and put 2 1/2, but that doesn't, it's just a little bit more, but that's okay. Yeah, I know. It's amazing what you can do with the cashews. I guess they're actually legumes. What you can do with cashews and almonds these days. You know, a lot more than you think. You know, I think you can make it. Well, it's thick, so it can be spread on bread. You can have like a veggie burger or something, and you put this cheese right on top of it. Or you can put this on toast. You can put it on toast. You could probably put it on top of a salad. You can put it anywhere you want. Oh, okay, Yvette. And you know, you could put it on. Take a celery stick and dip it in that. That's something I'm going to try. Now, I put peanut butter on my celery, but I'm going to try this too. You know, there's probably endless things that you can do with it. Since this is the first time I've made it, I'll be figuring a lot of things to do with it. It does, doesn't it? And it doesn't taste bad. Now, with the understanding that this is cashew cheese and it is not going to taste like your cheese in the store. Not at all. You have to move in next door. That's a good one, River. You don't expect anything like this that you're making cashew cheese to taste like cheese. It's not going to. No, I didn't melt it. This is pretty thick, and no, it doesn't melt like cheese. Well, yeah, it could probably be warmed up and make a sauce. You're right, Early, and it could do that too. But I'm leaving it in this jar in the refrigerator, and I'm just going to use it as, you can use it as a cheese spread. It tastes very good. It's hard to explain what it tastes like. It doesn't taste like cheese, however, I can tell you that much, because you don't want it tasting like cheese. It's supposed to be totally different. But it's called cheese. This is more or less, I guess you could call it like a cheese spread. You can put it on your bread, you know, on toast. Like I said, you can put it on a salad, maybe at the top of a salad. Dip a celery stick in it, a carrot stick. You know, you can put it on top of a veggie burger to make your veggie burger, you know, taste, you know, have a little bit more zip to it, I guess you want to call it. Whatever you want to do. And I'm going to figure out many ways to things I can do with this, and I'm sure there is plenty. Oh, you know, that's true. Can do that too. It can make, yeah, that could make a that's true. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's something that it's probably an acquired taste. That, yes, I am retired. I will show you. It's not. It didn't crumble at all. You can see it's very. You put all the liquids and everything in it. See how thick it really is. It's because it doesn't take but just a few ingredients. I wanted to find a simple recipe. No, I have never done that. You know, that's something I might have to do. Well, you know, I can bake, but for myself, I really don't. I don't make cakes. I don't make pies. I don't even make them for the potlucks that we have at church anymore. For one person, that's a lot of work. I did it one time. I'd make a lot of stuff, but it got too much. And I don't eat it myself, so why make it for a potluck? So I just don't do it, you know. And like I said, sometimes it's easier fixing for more people than just one, and sometimes it's not. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Oh, you're using for eggplant? Oh, yeah. See, there's many things, and I could take this cheese and put it in different recipes. Okay. Thank you for coming on, Yvette, and have a good day. Oh, well, I'd make different things for potlucks. I made I'd make a cottage cheese loaf, which I realize now I shouldn't have been making that, but it's called a mock chicken loaf. It uses cottage cheese and oatmeal and things like that. And that's about it. Well, you probably could. You could put it on cauliflower if you wanted to. You can melt it probably on the stove and then rub it over cauliflower. Even broccoli, I suppose, if you wanted to. It's not an actual cheese. So I'm sure you could do that too. There's lots of ways that you can use this cheese, and you don't have the cheesy taste. There's no cheese taste in this. This is cashew cheese. It's made out of cashews, which is very unique because I would never thought you could make a cheese out of cashews. It's totally different. Thank you. And it only takes a few ingredients, and it takes, besides the cashews, it takes I put olive oil in it, lemon juice, I put some sea salt in it, and agave nectar. That's all it calls for. I got this recipe on Google. I Googled it and found this recipe. And I didn't really have much of a career. It's been a long time that I worked, but I did help on the farm many, many years ago. I really don't know. Since it's the first time I made it, I don't know. It's going to be in the fridge, though. No vodka. I don't drink alcohol. That's not good for you. That's very, very bad. Don't drink alcohol. You're harming your body. God says you destroy your body, temple of God, He's going to destroy you. So don't put that stuff in your body. I would never put that stuff in there. People come in here and always talk about alcohol. Get that alcohol out of your system, because I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink alcohol. I drink the good stuff. Alcohol is not good for you. There's a lot of drunkards out there, and I feel sorry for them because they go to these bars and they drink like crazy. Yeah, I did. Ever since I was married. When I was little, I wasn't on a farm, but once I got married to my ex-husband, we farmed in Indiana, and then started one place in Indiana, and then went to a big farm in northern Indiana and had about 500 acres. And it was a tough job because it was just he and I that did it, trying to keep up with everything. So I know what it was like to work hard, because we work early morning to dark time. I'd have to help bring in the crops when it was time to harvest them. I'd have to take them in. And we're in Indiana. Well, at first we lived in Columbia City, Indiana, and then I ended up in LaPorte County, Indiana. That's where I ended up, out in the country of LaPorte County. Well, yeah, what you do is you take the cashews after you soak them overnight, and you put them in your food processor. You do have to grind them up, yes. It grinds them up into like a powder consistency. And then you add the rest of your ingredients. Oh, you live in Columbia City? Well, we lived on Highway 14 is where we did. We on Highway 14, because we'd hear the traffic going by all much. We had a farm on Highway 14 for a little while, and then we decided to go out and move out into LaPorte County. So that's where oh, you work in Warsaw? Okay. All right, because that's not too far. So, but we lived in LaPorte County. It was LaPorte County, but it was a hamlet address, which I never could figure that out. But anyway, and I went to church went to church on Sabbath at Knox. So, but they did have a LaPorte church too. You live off of 205. Okay. Well, here in Oregon, we have an I-205 as well. What took us to Oregon? Well, that was back in the 90s when my husband and we decided, we lived in Hawaii at the time, and we decided that we wanted to come to God's country. Oh, you're about 20 miles from there? Okay, 20 minutes. We decided to come to God's country, and that's what Oregon's called, God's country. We decided to move here, and so he's right now, my ex-husband, he lives in Vancouver, Washington. And I lived there for a while until we got divorced, and then I came back to Oregon because my son lives here in Oregon. So I've been in Oregon twice. So I've been here since, actually 2006 is when I moved from Vancouver. My son moved me up here, and I've been here ever since in Oregon. So, oh, you never met anyone. It's funny how many people you can meet on social media from different places. Hi, Philip. I know that you came on late, but here's what my cashew cheese looked like. It filled this jar completely up. You'll have to watch the replay to see how I made it. But I will tell you the ingredients that I used. I used lemon juice. I used agave nectar. I used the organic raw or organic extra virgin olive oil, and I also used some sea salt. It called for regular salt, but I put sea salt in instead, and it's actually very good. It's different. It's a different flavor. We don't want it to taste like cheese, but I know I can use this for many, many things. So yeah, I thought I'd try something a little bit different that and I had to soak the cashews overnight. I started with about 2.5 cups of cashews, which makes a lot of cheese, as you can see, but I'll be using it quite a bit. Yeah, I can put it on toast or whatever, which I've done that before with other cheese too. Make a cheese sandwich or whatever you want to call it. Cheese and vegan mayo sandwich. You can do that. Oh, you grew up in Syracuse and then moved to Columbia City. Oh, okay. And I've been through Indianapolis. Had friends that lived in Indianapolis. And, welcome, Judy Loves Jesus. This is my cashew cheese. Good morning to those coming in. Good morning. You'll have to watch the replay to see how I make... no, I haven't. This house needs a lot of work. It looks good from the surface, what you can see, but it needs a lot of work. It needs a new roof and things done to it. It needs the air conditioning needs to be fixed because it's broken. It costs $2,000 to fix it, which I don't have the money for that. So therefore, I have to use fans and a portable air conditioner to keep cool, which is the hardest thing to do. But eventually, I plan on selling this house and getting out in the country. Where I'm living at is a rural area. There's houses around, however, but I want to get out in the country. My son wants me out close to where he's at. He's really out in the sticks. He's out in the boondocks, but it's beautiful out there. And next Sabbath, we're going to have outdoor church out in the country. We're a beautiful setting out in the trees, and I probably periscope that. It's absolutely beautiful out there. And, I mean, it's really lovely. So, well, welcome and greetings to you too, Philip, and to everybody that come in here. I appreciate all the effort that people have come in here. Oh, in case you didn't see it, Philip, I don't know if you were in here when I made my peanut butter. I will take the lid off and I will show you what my peanut butter looks like. This is my peanut butter, and I had it on toast yesterday. It's actually turned out very good, and I know that one will go. Oh, you did see that. I wasn't sure you had or not, but I thought I'd show it to anybody that may not have seen it. And it's so good. I just can't believe it, But I've got so many ways now that many things. Oh yes, exactly. It is. It's going to be beautiful. Every year at this time in August we have outdoor church. We chose that area because of the woods. It's a beautiful church. It sits on the lot, but we have it outdoors under the trees, and it's amazing to have church outside under the trees. That we take our own chairs, and we all go together. The churches in the area all close up on that Sabbath and go there for church. Since I don't know where it's at particularly, I go to my son's, and then we drive over there because he's only about 5-10 minutes away. So I just park my car at my son's and go with him. But it'll really be lovely. So, but I think I'm going to go for now because I got to get my breakfast. But I thank you all for coming in and supporting me and sharing this with your viewers. And I thank all of the live viewers as well as the replay viewers for coming in. I hope you all have a blessed day wherever you might be. I love you all. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye.